Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing a story time. I haven't really done too many of these before. In fact, this is my first one that's like a real story time. This one took a really long time, took about 7 or 8 hours to edit. I really hope you enjoy it. Special thanks to Soccer Sounder for staying in it with me. It took like an hour on stream to talk about it, even though the video is only going to be about 12 minutes long. But yeah, make sure you guys watch till the end. I find it pretty interesting. I certainly enjoy talking about it. If you want to go watch any of my streams ever, you can join the Discord or Twitch at bdog295. The audio is different than the video. The audio I took from my stream. I cut the audio out of the video, and then the video is just some recorded footage that I have. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoy. Let's do it. Okay guys, you want to hear a story?
Yeah.
I was talking with my friend, right? We were talking about going to the football game because our schools were playing against each other, and she asked me if I was going to go, and I was like, no, I don't usually go to them because, like, dumb. And then we were just talking after that because, you know, we're friends and we talk like normal people. That was kind of happening, and then we were talking about football, and I was like, nah, I'm probably not. But then I was like, we should find another time to hang out. So she was like, sure. So we find a time that works, and we decide that we're gonna go on like Saturday, which was last weekend Saturday. We decide that we're probably gonna get lunch food, and then we're like, well, we should meet at 1:30. We meet each other at the mall that morning. I asked her, where do you want to go? And she's like, I don't know. And then I was like, well, I'm kind of feeling boba. So we meet up there, right? And then we get boba, because boba's always the play. She gets, I think, like a mango milk tea, I think, and then I just got like plain boba milk tea. It was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And then I also got a waffle thing at the specific place. Literally, it was just a waffle, but it smelled so good in there, and I was like, I should definitely get this because I didn't have lunch, because I thought we were gonna go get lunch, and then we didn't end up getting lunch. Prior to that, I got a haircut, so I was looking fly, you know. So we get hers, and I get mine and a waffle. After that, we sit outside for like an hour and a half. Dad texts me and he's like, hey, do you want to go now? And I'm like, no, I think I want to stay longer, because, you know, we're just like talking, having a good time, as friends do. My dad asks if I want to go, and I say no. He's like, I'll wait a little bit longer, then I'll leave. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but I'm definitely staying longer, because we're talking about, like, I don't know, basically everything at this point. Like, yeah, we were talking about gymnastics and stuff. She does drill. My dad texts me and he's like, do you want to go? And I'm like, nope, I'm good. So then after that, we were also talking about where we wanted to walk to and stuff. And so we decided to go in the mall. And so we go to a shoe store in the mall. And we're just like looking. A guy asked if we need any help, and we're like, nope, because we're both just like window shopping. We weren't actually looking to buy anything. We were just like looking at stuff. So that was pretty good. And then we were talking about where we wanted to go next. So we go look in an Amazon bookstore. Turns out that if you have Prime, you get books, like money off all the books. I don't have a debit card hooked up to my Amazon account, so I wasn't able to do anything with it. So we go in there, we look at some books, we like, you know, take some pictures of books that we want, add some to our like shopping list, even though realistically we both know that we won't read any books, which is the really funny things. We spend like an hour in the bookstore. We're just like looking at books, like talking about favorite books and that kind of stuff. Then we go over we walk to Nordstrom's. Okay, we see they're mermaid shoes. They look like they're like plastic and they're rainbow colored. I'm like, that's pretty funny, you should get those for your Halloween costume. And she's like, yeah, I think I might be a mermaid. And I was like, it's gonna be pretty funny. Then we're like, where are we gonna go to next? We're like, well, we should just walk around, and then we're just gonna go to the public library, because why not? And then so we walk to the public library. While we're walking there, I see one of my friends who goes to my school, because mind you guys, she doesn't go to my school, but I see a friend who I know goes to school with me. That's really awkward. He's a guy friend, and then the person that I'm with is like a female friend. So it looks like I'm like going on a date with them. We see him, and I'm like, oh shit, this is not gonna be good city, because I'm about to get asked by so many people if I'm dating them, because they're also like kind of cute. So then it just like solidifies the fact. But okay, let's make it clear, she's lesbian, so I'm most definitely not going on a date with her. So that happens. So we walk there. We like get a little bit lost because we're smart. So we're going there. and we get our library cards, and like we're looking at books and stuff. It turns out we end up getting the same library card. Like they look the same, which is really funny. Like that was a coincidence. The library cards have snails on them, so that's pretty cool. And then we're like looking for books, and she's like, I don't think, I'll just get some later, which we both know is a lie. And then I find 2 books that I want to get. I found a book that I wanted, and we found a different one. So after that, it was getting pretty late, because by then we spent like 40 minutes, if not an hour, in the library. By then it was already like 4:45, I think. Let me remind you guys, we met up at 1:30. After we get books, we're walking back, and we're just like trying to find our way back to the mall and discussing what we want to eat, discussing if we want to get dinner or not, because by this point I'm pretty hungry. My lunch was like boba and a waffle. We walk back, and we're like, well, there's like a few things we could get. We could also just eat outside of the thing. At the front entrance, there's a poke bowl place. I'm like, I don't really want poke bowl, and she's like, I'll get poke bowl, and I was like, okay, sure. And then so I waited for her to get poke, and then we were like trying to figure out where my dad wanted to pick me up. We were walking over to where he wanted to pick me up, and then I was like, well, should get dinner too. And we went to there's this Beecher's place. They have, I don't know if people know what Beecher's is, but it's like cheese brand. It's really tasty. They have like a grilled cheese that's made from 4 different like cheeses, and it was super good, and they put it in a panini press. Gets like, the outsides are like buttered too, so it gets nice and crispy, you know? So we end up walking back across the mall to the front entrance to go sit there, and we wanted to be outside because COVID stuff, even though both of us are negative and vaccinated. We walk back across the mall, because that Beecher's restaurant is like right in the middle, and I just get to go. And after we walk back to the front, we start to eat, and I'm like, oh shoot, I only have like 10 minutes to eat, and then my dad's gonna be here. I eat one half of my sandwich, because it's only 5:10, 5:15 at that point p.m. So it's really, I'm not that hungry. So I eat half my sandwich, and then she eats most of her poke bowl. But we go and we walk across the mall. My dad picks me up, and it was pretty fun. I certainly had a good day. We're gonna do it again. I'm pretty sure it was good. So then there was some ensuing chaos, which started with a Snapchat like story, which I'll post screenshots. She posts on her story. Earlier that day, we were talking about how she didn't get boba that often because she didn't come to the place, like that specific place that we were going. Fast forward a few days to yesterday, she posts on her story because guess what she had on that day, or like the day before, she had boba because her brother wanted boba, so then she got boba as well because she went with her mom. And then she got boba also the same day as we were talking. And I was like, you had boba 3 fucking times in the same week. How is that not often? And then so she posts on her story about it. I reply, like, I post on my own story about it, about how it's not fair. And then she replies back, but this time she puts like a heart around it, like as a joke, like just because we're messing around and stuff. Like she just screenshots the thing that I sent back to her and puts a heart around it. It's like funny. And then we of course tag each other because we're not antisocial. So then a bunch of people saw my story, and this is like yesterday at this point, or as in like the 7th of October. I get a message like 5 minutes after from one of my best friends, my friend's friend, like who I have added on Snap, saw it and took a screenshot of it and texted my best friend about it, and it was like, are they dating? And so then I was like, no, that's not true, she's a lesbian. And all is good until I get a message from another person. It's like, are you guys dating? You guys would be so cute together. I was like, what the heck? At this point, I'm like, do people really fucking think I'm dating? Or we like posted twice about each other on Snap. He's like, did you tell them that I'm gay? And I was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna go post on my story. So then I take the screenshot of her saying that she is gay, and I post on my story. I'm like, for all you wackadoos who think that that we're dating, is it not okay to just go hang out with friends who are girls? People were like, no, we just thought you were dating. So I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. So then that wasn't the end of it. So then I'm streaming on Saturday night, and one of my IRL friends comes in to stream.
Parker, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Parker, one of my other good friends, IRL friends, comes into stream and she's like, so and so said that he saw you with a girl at the mall. I was like, yeah, but she's a lesbian, we're not dating. My friend messaged me, I asked her if she had any more questions, and she says, can I date her? And I was like, do you want her number instead? And she was like, sure. So then I asked the friend that I went to the mall with, it's like, sure, I did. And I don't know what happened from there in terms of that, but that was funny. And then, so I was talking to my Spanish table on like Friday for Spanish, of course, and we were talking about weekend plans because that's what we were instructed, going to hang out with a friend over at the mall, and somewhere in there I used like the pronoun her. So they were like, ooh, you're going on a date, and I was like, no, but I didn't tell them that she was a lesbian because I thought that would be the end of it. But turns out I was wrong. One of the people from my Spanish group, the girl from, because it's me and then another boy and then a girl. She has me added on Snap. She sees my story. She's like, God, are you dating her? And I was like, no. And she's like, that's so cute though that you guys are on a date. And I was like, she's lesbian. I most definitely did not go on a date with her. And she's like, okay, that makes more sense. I went back to school on Monday. Well, Monday happened and they forgot, and like Tuesday happened and they forgot, and Wednesday happened. And then they were like, oh, how was your date or whatever? And I was like, she's lesbian, it was. And they're like, okay, that's great. So then Thursday happens. We're going back to the first person who like figured out from my story, who told my like best friend. She says, my entire soccer team just overheard, and I'm like, oh shit's gonna hit the fan. Or the soccer team that she plays on happens to have people from my section, like my band section in it, which is like really not good. Luckily though, nothing happens because my section leaders, she wasn't one of the people that overheard, but if she did, it would be really bad. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment if you like this or not, if you want to see more kind of stuff like this. Make sure to follow my Twitch if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.